What's up, lovely world? So, tomorrow is a new day, a new year, a new decade, all of that stuff. But what I want to discuss today is very important and near and dear to my heart. And that is, look, I know I don't really talk about them a whole lot anymore, but the fact of the matter is that I still consider the twins, I've talked about them in the past, my best friends. Now, I understand we don't talk as much anymore because, they're busy with their jobs at a restaurant, and one of them's, getting ready to get married in the next year or so. But I want to put out there in the world I want to talk to the twins again, Brittany and Taylor. And I hope that 2020 is a year that we communicate a little bit more than we have in the past 6 or 7 months, because they haven't really been on YouTube anywhere for a very long time. And I try to communicate with them every once in 3 months or so, and they don't really respond back because, like I said, they're so busy with their work, and Brittany's planning her wedding. And I don't know what's happening with the whole what's happening with Taylor. I mean, look, I love them. I consider them my best friends, and I will consider them my best friends for the rest of my life. Now, they may not see that in me anymore, or they may. It's just, I'm manifesting that this year, me and the twins, rekindle or reconnects in some way throughout the year. Whether they come back on Twitch or they, direct message me on Twitter or direct message me on Instagram or something. I just wish that I could talk to them again in some facet, some way or another. I don't know how that's going to happen just yet, but if they have any say in it, I would love if they watch this video. I don't know if they're going to ever see this video or what's going to happen, but I would love to have a conversation with them again. At least sometime between January 1st of 2020 and December 31st of 2020. Because this year I want things to be different. And I'm not talking about, maybe we'll get a job. Maybe. That's an if for me right now. There's a couple of things I want this decade to entail, and that is to, reconnect a little bit with friends I haven't talked to in months or years or whatever it is, and try to hang out with them again. And I know I shouldn't be living in the past. I know I shouldn't be, talking to someone I haven't talked to in 10 years or even longer, or 12 years or 15 years or however long it's been. But I want this year and this decade to be a year where friends who I haven't seen or talked to in a very long time come back into my life in some little small way. I don't know how small it is going to be or what's going to happen. The thing is, I want either 2021 or 2022 or 2023 or whatever, I want to do a trip with friends to either, I mentioned this before, I would love to either go to Big Bear, Big Sur, or either North Shore, Tahoe, or somewhere where we can, rent a cabin and just hang out and do awesome things, and maybe play some card games, have a drink or two, do basic stuff that friends do. I don't know when this will happen in the new decade. I don't know if it'll happen in the new decade. I'm in talks with some of my friends from the past about, renting a cabin in either one of those 3 locations and just, doing what we do best, is party. I don't know when that's going to take place. I would love to, like I said, I'm manifesting that this decade I do things with friends from my past more. And reconnecting with, and hopefully they reconnect with me. This, at least to start the year. Or to start this decade. Because the twins played such a huge part in my life for the past 8 years. Even though they don't admit that, and they don't see me that way, they played a huge part in my life. A huge part. And so did Andrew. And I just want to be that friend again to them. And I want them to be friends with me again. I'm not saying we broke up as friends. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, they have their lives going on right now. Brittany's getting married in the next year or so, maybe. And Andrew's, doing his own thing, and Taylor's doing her own thing. It's just, I want my life to go back to the way it was when they were on Twitch and they were streaming a whole bunch. And I want to communicate with them again. And it's kind of hard to do that when, they're busy planning a wedding or they're busy doing their jobs and stuff like that. And that's the plan. The plan is, to reconnect with them sometime in this new decade. Hopefully it's in 2020, which starts tomorrow. And, I want to go to New York and hang out with them. Not like stalk them or anything. Nothing like that. I just want to go to New York, and if I run into them, I run into them. If I don't, I don't. I want to do that either for my 35th or my 40th. Because those are two big birthdays for me in this new decade. In 2024, I'm going to be turning 35. And in 2029, I'm going to be turning 40. And whatever I don't do, I want to go back to Florida and go to Epcot in the Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and all the theme parks that are around, and do Disney World and stuff like that. It saddens me that I don't get to talk to the twins as much anymore. And it's not just because they're popular and just because they're doing their jobs and stuff. It saddens me that I won't be able to do that. And I want them to watch this video. So if any of you, it's Brit and Tay TV, or just Brittany and Taylor Dole. If you could send this video to them in some way or another, and have them contact me, because I miss them, and I know they miss me. I shouldn't say I know. I hope they miss me just as much as I miss them talking to them, because it's been a while since we've communicated with each other, and it breaks my heart that I haven't been able to talk to them for so long. And I want this new year, this new decade to start out right. And it's going to take time for them to, get back to me. I completely understand that. And there's so much more in this life. The most important thing to me is that this new decade, it brings opportunities of reconnection of friends I haven't talked to in years, or I haven't talked to in months. That's what's important to me in this new decade. That's what I want you guys to realize, is that this is the decade where we take a step forward, but also take a look back. And I know that sounds rhetoric, but
I'm glad. Welcome back.
it just seems like everything I do on this channel is small in comparison to what I want to do. And 2020 to 2029, I say we reach for the stars. I say we exceed expectations. We jump to another world, another planet, if you will, of awesomeness. Don't get me wrong. these past 8 years have been amazing on YouTube. And these past 7 years on Instagram have been amazing. And same with Twitter. And same with Facebook. I've been on Facebook for 8 years already. This year it's going to be 9 years. And there's just so much that I wish will happen. And it could happen with your guys' help. And with me trying to communicate and stuff. So just think about this. This is our life. This is my life. And I want to be a better person to Brittany and Taylor and to Andrew and to anyone who I've met on YouTube from day one until today, or until tomorrow, or until, you know, the end of the next decade happens. This is a new chapter on this YouTube channel, because in this new decade we're going to be on YouTube for 10 years, 15 years, possibly 20 years. 12, no. 20 years will be next decade. Not 20 to 29, but to the new decade. I think. I can't do math right now, but just think about what I said and how reconnection makes everything better. It does. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it'll make my world 10, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,000,000 times better in this new decade. Because it's about communication. And I tried to communicate with them. And I want them to try to communicate with me now. So, that's all I have today for the last day of Vlogmas, the last day of 2019, the last day of this decade, and we're going to start a new decade tomorrow. But before we start that, I'm going to go see Bombshell at 10:40. Then I'm going to go to the grocery store. Hopefully we go to the grocery to Rayleigh's, which is a grocery store. And I might be getting a couple books, a couple movies and stuff from Amazon. I'm not sure just yet, but that's the plan. Bombshell starts at 10:40, which is, I probably won't upload this video until after I get back from all that stuff today. This is just a reminder that reconnection and communication is key in every friendship and every relationship you may ever have in the future, or from the past, or the present, or whatever it is. And it's all about what, I know I talk about this a lot, but for me, it's about my 35th. It's about my 40th. It's about going out with friends to either Big Bear, Big Sur, or Lake Tahoe, the North Shore, or maybe we can go to the South Shore. I don't know. It's just in the planning stages right now. And I hope whatever happens, it happens the way it should. You guys all know the drill. Keep real, and I will see you guys in a new year, a new decade, and some amazing things hopefully happening in 2020 to 2029. Bye-bye.